morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, January 10th, 2024. Woohoo! 2024 is upon us. It is going to be an exciting year for myself as well as for many, many of you as we embark on our new stitchy plans, crafting journeys, etc., etc. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Today's little episode is going to be different than I've done in the past. I'm going to try to make it maybe slightly shorter, a little more action-packed, and we'll see how we go. I'm not committing to this format for the entire year, but I may slip some in there. I do plan on doing a 2023 wrap-up at some point and 2024 plans, but today's going to be a little tidbit of a video. And what I'm going to share with you is a couple of things that I have here in my my workroom. My workroom is a half of a room in my upstairs behind my bedroom. I've mentioned in the past I live in a very, very old house from the mid-1800s. So there's lots of little small rooms, and I am using, as I said, half of what I call a bonus room behind our bedroom, which is even smaller. So here I am, and my craft room, because it is small, it tends to get messy very quickly. Now, anybody who crafts knows when we start creating, we have things all over the place, and that's how it is up here this morning. But I'm hoping you don't mind the mess. I'm going to just give you a little glimpse of a couple things that I'm working on, which I thought would be fun. First thing I have right here in front of me is a new Maggie Bononomy piece that I'm working on. Now, the pattern itself is not new. It's new to me, of course, but what I mean to say is that it's a new start, and it is very interesting. I have not done this in the past with wool, but this particular piece is a pieced background. The name of the piece is Henny Penny, and it states it's a butternut house design, Maggie Bononomy. You can kind of see from the photograph that it's a pieced background, but here when I show you, you're going to be able to see that even more clearly. All of this wool is from Blackberry Primitives. She is Maggie's main wool supplier, so these were all ordered through her. And isn't that a beautiful pieced background? I have it sitting here on my ironing board, which I often use as a project table. So I'm looking forward to prepping this piece. Now, I already have all the pieces cut out. I did that yesterday at work over my lunch hour. And here it is. Look at this big pile. It's a big pile of pieces. So what I'm going to take some time to do is put them all, lay them all out. I tend to use, not for all, but most of my projects, I tend to use heat and bond. So when I peel this off, there'll be a sticky layer there. And once I place it, I can iron it right on, and they will be affixed nicely. And that way I can carry it around and work on it. Wool projects for me are fantastic to work on in the car, excuse me, because you do not need a magnifier. So I often use them for that, but also just in the evenings when your eyes are tired, you can sit in front of the TV and just whip stitch away. I tend not to do a ton of buttonhole stitch, although sometimes I do on certain projects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and prep this, and then I will come back and show you the prepped piece. However, in the meantime, I'm going to show you a couple other quickie items. So first things first, what am I working on cross-stitch wise? Well, this year I did start what they're calling a Blessings Sampler. I heard this through Carol Saltbach Stitcher. I chose a Blackbird design, which I actually do not have the book handy, I don't think. Let me slowly, again, don't mind my messy room. I'm going to slowly pan over here to my finished piece. It's out of the Ooh La La book, which is readily available by Blackbird Designs. And it's a little tiny sampler known as Les Poulettes. And for years, I'm going to say probably at least 2 years, I've had this idea of painting this old window frame that I have, which I did actually 2 summers ago. And I used chalk paint. I love the color. It's kind of an off-white, but not creamy. I wish I could remember the name of it. But it's a fantastic color. If anybody wants to know, leave a comment below and I'll find it for you. But anyways, I painted it 2 summers ago with the intentions of putting red samplers in there. Well, finally, I believe I have 6 small samplers. And this was the one I stitched in the first week of January. It only took me 4 or 5 days to stitch it. It's not very big and it's absolutely fantastic. My idea is to have mat board in the back. I wrap a piece of fabric, and I think I've decided I'm going to do the same fabric for each pane. I think that will unite it a bit. And then I'm debating whether or not I want a piece of scrapbook paper behind the sampler. I do kind of like that look. Let me show you. If I take it out, because it's not adhered yet, if I take it out and just put this, it is nice also, but I don't know why I feel like I like the scrapbook paper. I guess I'll have to decide. I am not going to be gluing this down. I did lace this. I think I'm just going to put a few washers there, and then behind the mat board I'm going to put some magnets. Washers and magnets I just purchased at Walmart. So yeah, this is my idea. I have been, again, rolling it around in my mind for a couple years, and I'm hoping that over the next couple weeks it's going to come to fruition. I will keep you updated for sure. In addition, while we're chatting up a storm here, let's talk about word of the year briefly. This year my word is fruitful, and I think that has a lot of meaning and implication. One of the things in my mind about being fruitful is being productive, getting things done, finishing things, and that is my jam. I like to finish things and not leave a lot of things undone, so I'm the type of person who doesn't have a ton of whips, but I just love the finished product. Here are some of my previous things that I just have hanging out here that I've stitched in the past. And again, don't mind the mess, bags hanging everywhere. I have my little featherweight. I bought this little stool at Hobby House, or not Hobby House, oh my goodness, Hobby Lobby, so that I can, because it's such a small space, so I can kind of get in there, sit down, and stitch on my featherweight. Over here, oh gosh, this is a mess. A ton of books and buttons and baskets and etc., etc. So here we are back to our project. And one more thing before I sign off to you and prep this up is the next stitching project I picked out was from a book I'm actually borrowing from my good friend Gail. It's called For My Friend by Blackbird Designs. I do believe it's one of the out of prints, but let's cross fingers and hope Alma will be reprinting that, because there's some beautiful designs in here. And the one I chose is called Our Home Sewing Box. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gracious. I don't know for sure if I'm going to attach it to a box. That I couldn't say. It is red. Could possibly go on my window pane, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure I would consider it exactly a sampler. But we'll see. So I'm stitching it on 40 count Lakeside linens. Oh gosh, now I'm blanking on the name of the linen. Could have been vintage buttercream, but I could be wrong. But so far it's coming along. For the bricks of the house, I don't have the Classic Colorworks Calico Kitty, so I'm thinking about either ordering it or trying to substitute, and Gail has been helping me with that. So we'll see how that goes, but I got, excuse me, I have a great start on that. All right, so I will be back in a few minutes after I prep. Hello, everybody. I'm back. For you, that was a second. For me, that was several hours. I had a bunch of errands to run today, and I got this nice piece all prepped. Now, I want to show you my prepped piece. Prepped means that I adhered the wool pieces to the background because I had used Heat and Bond, which I had showed you earlier. One thing I did change, if you notice in the corner of this pattern, Maggie Bonomi put her initials. I decided against initials and made my own smaller chicken. So I think that came out great. In addition, over on this side, there's kind of a blank area. I don't know. I feel like I want to put something in there. I don't know what yet. I'm always looking to incorporate my paper crafting with my stitching, so possibly I might do something paper-wise. I don't know yet. But either way, I think it looks great. What I will do next is I will stitch it down. By that I mean I will whip stitch, a very primitive whip stitch around each piece, and I use Maggie Bonomi's recommendation. I'm just going to reach over here for a second. I use her recommendation of Coates and Clark Summer Brown, which, let's see, is there a number? I'm not seeing. Let me see this side to see if there's a number. Oh, there's a bunch of numbers on there. I do not know which one is the actual color. I do know it's called Summer Brown. So anyways, if you wanted to take a screenshot of it, I just buy it at Joann's. The reason she uses this, she states, is because it kind of melts into most colors. If the color is white, cream, she will use a white thread or a cream thread, but other than that, all the other colors she uses this Summer Brown, and that makes it super easy to just whip along. So that will be my next step in this process, will be to whip stitch it. After that, as I said, I may decide what I'm going to do in the blank spot, and then probably will put a backing on it. The way I usually do that is I get a nice quilting cotton and either put some interfacing or heat and bond on the back, and then I do usually buttonhole stitch around the outer edge, the two pieces together, and that usually makes for a beautiful back. So that's what I've done in the past and probably will do with this. So without further ado, let me show you my prepped piece. There's that blank spot we talked about. Here's the little tongues. And then we have a beautiful flower. And then we move on to a standing flower. And then we move on to the mama hen, Henny Penny. There she is. And here's the little baby that I created, following Mama along with a few little pennies, kind of off-kilter pennies up in the corner. I think it looks great. I love this idea of a pieced background. It is a little more work, I have to say, than just slapping on one big solid piece, but it really gives for an interesting texture. I know in the past, Maggie has also used linens for her background, and wouldn't it be cool to maybe use quilting cottons of different sorts? Lots of different ideas you could do. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the future holds and things that I try, but this was super fun. It was a first time for me with the pieced background, and it was fun to create the little chick following Mama. So that was great. In addition, since I did have a little time, I decided to go back to my window pane project, and I actually finished cutting out the mat board for the different panes and putting on the fabric. That was actually a Betsy Chuchin fabric that I got from my favorite shop, reproduction quilt shop up in Brockport, New York, called Country Treasures. And so I went ahead and did that, and yeah, just used magnet and washers to put on my first little piece, the Les Poulettes by Ooh La La. I didn't even glue the washers. I just kind of tucked them in under the threads that I had done the, oh, what's it called now? Oh, now I'm blanking on it. On the back, oh, jeepers creepers. Y'all know what I'm thinking about. On the back of the cardboard or mat board to attach the linen. Anyways, I just tucked it underneath the threads. I didn't even glue it, and put a magnet on the back, and slipped a piece of scrapbooking paper in there, and it holds the whole thing. So it's super easy. So let me show you. I'm talking. Let me show you. I'm going to bring you over here. So there it is. Let me step back just a little bit. I have it sitting here on my futon. I think that looks fantastic. I absolutely love it. And as I said, I have 5 other small red samplers that are going to be going in these panes. So over the next week or two, I will work on getting them laced. See, that's the term I was looking for, lacing. I just tucked the washers, 2 washers between the lacing and 2 magnets on the back. I actually have to get some more magnets. I only have a couple more left, so I'm going to have to get some more of those. But anyways, look at that. I think that looks super cute. And because nothing is attached permanently, they could be switched out. Although I don't know if I'll ever do that. Who knows? I always say that I'll switch things out, but I usually just tend to leave things as they are. But I really like the red fabric on that. So yes, if you have any old window panes, window frames around, look at what a cool idea this could be. Or possibly from a thrift store, or somebody's deconstructing a house. Who knows? I mean, sometimes they're at the side of the road. I don't remember where I got this. This was many, many, many years ago that I got this. So there you go. I resurrected it, and I don't know what wall I'm going to hang it on. My daughter's given me a few ideas, and we'll see how that goes. So yeah, so this is just a little quickie today, a little snippet from Prim's on Greenway, a couple of things that I'm currently working on, and I hope to be back soon with a more in-depth floss tube showing you my finishes for 2023 and what's coming up for me in 2024. Talk to you soon. I'm back again. I forgot something that I meant to add at the end. I wanted to let you know, for this pattern, Henny Penny by Maggie Bononomy, I have blackberry wool enough for 2 kits. So if anybody is interested, I will be selling 2 kits for Henny Penny, Blackberry Primitives wool, and the pattern. If you are interested, please email me. And here I've written down my email. I will also put it in the drop box below. But if you want to take a screenshot, it's lfkeicher@gmail.com. If you're interested in one of the 2 kits, just let me know. And I usually do a PayPal invoice and get it mailed out to you. This was a fun project. If you're already into wool or you want to get into wool, this was super fun. Just remember that the extra little chick is something I made. Otherwise, you would put your initials there in the corner. Take care. Hope to hear from you soon. Bye-bye.